Okay, y'all. This is it. I am finally going to record a draw with me. I hope. Okay, friends. So it is May, and May obviously means Mermay. And I participated in it a little bit last year, but this year I'm really excited because I feel like I've been doing a better job of keeping up with my channel, and I really want to keep that up, and I really want to, you know, get this party started. However, y'all, mermaids, they are every horrible trope about the male gaze and like also nonsense. They're terrible. Mermaids, they're the worst. So what I thought I would do that would make this, more fun for me, based on how I feel about things, is I thought I would do horror mermaids, like sirens who pull sailors to their death in the deeps, and, just terrible, terrible monster mermaids, because, pretty mermaids are pretty, but God, I'm kind of bored of them, Her elbow would not be there, would it? Her elbow would be here, and then that's the forearm, and there, and that's the forearm, and the hands go here, the hands go here, and here. And she's all like, "Come to me, sailor, I am so sexy. You'll not even notice when I eat your face off." If I was a siren, that is the song that I would sing. What does driftwood look like? I don't know. Should I use references? Yes. Am I gonna? Maybe. I don't know that I really decided on that yet. Kind of like how it's turning out, not using a reference. Famous last words. What have I drawn? What have I drawn? I've drawn something terrible. What have I drawn? Maybe she shouldn't be leaning on driftwood. Maybe she should be leaning on like a breach rock. A breach rock. I am in awe of the people who just get up here and draw their bodily proportions correctly every time. I feel like I probably draw my body proportions, say on an average of 4 times every time I draw a character. Like, that's wrong. What am I doing? Oh, that's wrong too. So I want her to be like, I want her to have characteristics of various poison sea creatures. So I feel like bluefish have these spiny fins. I want to be like, here, she has signs that she's poisonous, stupid mortal man. So there's going to be a sailor back here in the fog. He's a gingerbread man. Why did I y'all, my proportions. Here we go. Clearly proportions must be longer. What have I done? Alright, I might need one of my devices that I can do some sort of, what is this a symbol for? Looking up on the internet of reference images. Be right back. Blowfish tail goes is like, it widens out a little bit, and then after it widens out, then it goes like this, that, then that, And in those, it has the spinies. So I had this idea that I want it to be the right shape. Like the entire idea of this mermaid is that he's approaching her in the fog, so he can't see her super clearly. So any of the markers that might indicate to him that this is a bad idea, like you don't want to do this, bruh, are hidden from him. So what I was thinking was that I would do something that was sort of shaped like a human woman's hair, but then be something else. But I couldn't figure out what. Let's Google. No, not blowfish. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Oh, he's kind of cute though. Okay, I'm done with blowfish. Things in the ocean that look like hair. Surely that's gonna... No, I don't want hair that looks like an ocean. This is cheating. That's not a thing in the ocean. Let's see. These are all actually hair. That's pretty. Oh, those are feathers. What is that? What is that? Oh, jellyfish. Ooh, jelly. Ooh, octopus. Oh, what is that? That is crazy. Oh, I guess sea anemone would sort of look like hair if they were large enough. Let's see. Let's look up. Nope. Really? You're going to refuse to clip? Don't buy off-brand, kids. I don't mean that. Buy off-brand. Buy whatever you can afford. The most important thing is that you have the tools you need. If you just have to hit backspace instead of being able to hit clear, it's something you can live with. It's not keeping you from doing your art. So if she's going to have sea anemone hair, what do anemone look like when they are out of the water? That's the next question I want to ask. Oh, those poor creatures. What has happened to them? They've been grossified. By the way, I apologize for the lighting. I'm getting this video is supposed to go out on Friday, and I am going to try and keep to that time schedule, but I'm getting my second COVID vaccine on Thursday, and I'm concerned that I'm going to run out of time. I'm super happy, don't get me wrong, I'm super happy to be getting my second shot. I'm just trying to do some prep in advance, which unfortunately for the purposes of the lighting means that I have to do some of my drawing at night. And I have not invested in a ring light or whatever it is those crazy people who make money doing this actually use to light their videos. See, I almost feel like what I'd really like to bring this scandalously low. Scandalously low. But you know that it's kind of scandalous. Yeah, we won't. Well, I don't know. What's it gonna look like with her arms in the way? Because, like, with her arms in the way, certain key things that would be scandalous are sort of hidden. Plus, she's a fish. She probably has like a cloaca or something. Yes, I know cloaca are birds, but I don't know what that's called when it's the fish orifice that does something similar, but isn't like a human orifice. Come to Just With Art channel where we talk about human orifices and how they differ from fish and bird orifices. I kind of like her. I don't know. Is she a mammal? I don't think she's a mammal. I don't think she needs to have boobs. She's drawing him in with that booty. Like, Obviously, because ain't no sailor gonna, like, walk up. So I feel like ain't no reason for mermaids to have giant boobies. Nope, no, I've gone overboard. Don't ever trade your health for someone else's idea of beauty. And if you ever have the chance to offer food to someone in need, give it to them. Because it doesn't even matter if they earned it or if you think they're gonna waste the opportunity. What matters is that in a world of plenty, human beings should not be left like that. So I can't help but recall that I said, like, I don't want to make an emaciated mermaid, and now I am. But here's the thing. Here is the important thing. I'm doing it in an ugly way, not in a way that is supposed to be pretty. If anybody finds ribs sticking out attractive, then that feels like a you problem. Okay. So having finished this sketch, I think I will lighten it up, and then I will save the next steps for, you know, when you guys can see better, because I feel a little bit like a turd for doing this when the light is so bad. It's been about a week since I penciled this sketch, and if you are curious as to why, the answer is because it was a gnarly week, and then I got my second Moderna vaccine, and woo baby, not only did I fail to finish this like on time, I'm so late. So really, I feel like I'm doing so good here. Because, you know, if you lighten up your original sketch, anticipating that you're going to do the line work soon, and then you don't do the line work soon, because, you know, get the Moderna vaccine, and you have to lie on your couch and... What? You have to lie on the couch and moan for several days? Like, if that's what happens to you, then you may forget critical things that you referenced. So y'all cross your fingers for me. Tell me a tale of the bottomless blue, and it's say to the starboard fall. Look out, Madam Bird may be waiting for you in mysterious fathoms below. Fathoms below. Look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who eats sailors? Disney's gonna kick my ass. You know, most oceanic creatures have fat layers. Well, oceanic mammal type creatures have fat layers in them, because otherwise they freeze and die from heat loss. And I wonder if, like, maybe my little mermaid here, maybe she's not actually a horror creature. Maybe she's not a bad person. Maybe she doesn't want to eat the poor sailor wandering down the beach. Maybe it's just that, look how hungry she is. Like, maybe she doesn't have any other options right now, yeah. It's eat or starve, and what's she gonna do? And it's not like they're the same species. Like, if you were starving on a beach and, you know, a deer wandered toward you, it wouldn't matter how cute you thought it was, you You eat that thing. I mean, some of you probably be like, no, I wouldn't eat the deer, but I don't believe you. Because I think it comes right down to it. There are very few things that human beings won't do in order to survive. So yeah, anyway. My poor little mermaid is starving, so don't judge her that she's about to eat this sailor. Because, you know, he's tasty. And she needs the calories. You can tell from her ribs. All right, on to step 2, 3. I don't know, whatever step we're on. Okay, so I'm definitely nervous because in case it's not clear from any of my other watercolor videos, I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to watercolor. Changing my brushes around is not gonna help. Dear watercolor gods, please take pity on your poor acolyte. Okay. Am I using the painting I'm actually painting on as my palette? Apparently, yes. Is that the way you're supposed to do it? I don't think so. So, as someone who's been doing a lot of learning with my art in the past couple of years, I think there's the kind of learning that you can do as a hobbyist, which is what I am, obviously. And there's the kind of learning that you can do as a student and or a professional who's putting time into studying your craft. I feel like a lot of times we overwhelm ourselves with our hobbies, particularly people who are of an artistic bent. Like, we want to do it and we want to do it right and we want to learn and we want to we want it all to be perfect. And trust me, I get that. But I feel like this ocean's gonna have a lot of green in it. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves, and a lot of sort of no-win situations that we put on ourselves. Because if you are, no matter how much of like the soul of an artist that you have, if you have a full-time job and a family and a life with friends and, you know, obligations, then if you ask yourself to learn a new skill and be perfect at it from the beginning, and like do it the right way, but which is also the hard way, then you're not giving yourself the freedom to learn something without, at the pace that you can go, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't have the time in my life to learn everything at once. So I fully believe, like, if someone was like, the way that you should learn watercolors is by having like a yellow and a red and a blue that are so deeply valued that you can basically get black when you mix them all together. And then all you do is you paint with those three things, and you'll learn all your color mixing because you won't have any choice. And you'll be a much better watercolor artist. And like I would believe it. I would believe that that was the best way to go about being a fully skilled watercolor artist. Like, you're not taking shortcuts or creating bad habits that you have to unlearn later. But everybody, when they learn a new skill, unless they're currently in a training time period in their life. So like if you're a student, you're at art school, great. Then you are in a training time period in your life. You can do that. But everyone learning a new skill, if they're not in a training time period in their life, needs to take the shortcuts that they need to take so that they can still keep learning. Like, if you wanted to learn to decorate cakes, if you went to pastry school, the first thing that they would teach you is how to bake a cake from scratch and how to make icing and like all that stuff, right? And they would be right. That's the best way to learn to decorate a cake. But if you want to learn to decorate cakes because you want to be able to make decorated cakes for your friends and family, and you don't have a ton of time on your hands, then you can learn to decorate a cake by getting a cake mix and getting store-bought icing and buying store-bought fondant and some food coloring. Are these, where is this coming from? I don't think, this is not from my brush, and it's not from my head because my hair is not that color. Maybe it's my dog. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. If you want to make cakes for your family and you want them to be decorated, and you're not going to pastry school and you're not in a training part in your life, then you can buy a cake mix and store-bought icing and store-bought fondant, and you can make a beautiful cake for your family. Or, like, if it's your first go, probably kind of a weird-ass cake for your family, but that's not the point. The point is that that is a shortcut that you can take in order to learn a new skill that you want to learn, and you as a human being with a life and stuff going on don't have time for. To learn, like, the fundamental best way to do it. And I think that's like a lot of what scares people about art. Like, oh no, that's too blue. Okay, it's okay, we're gonna fix it. I feel like that's a fundamental thing that scares people about art, is that, you know, they don't know everything and they don't know where to start, and especially the more appreciative of art they are in general, the less they're like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because they like, you know, none of us who do art want to make anything bad. We don't want to make anything subpar. And so we get scared and we scare ourselves off of learning what we could learn because we don't want to take any shortcuts. We only want to do it the right way. And I feel like that's really, we're really being hard on ourselves. Somebody, not in an art situation, somebody in my work life said to me recently that they felt like people had been, a lot of people had learned to cut themselves slack during COVID because everything was so hard. Like, they'd learned not to expect so much from themselves, and that they were worried that this was gonna, as soon as like we got vaccinated and people started trying to find a new normal equilibrium, that this was gonna go away. And I agree. I feel like we all need to remember that the important thing about everything in your life, be it work or school or you know, the things you're teaching yourself for love, or any of that. Like, do what you can do. And don't hate yourself because you can't do more. It's unkind. And you should be kind to yourself. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no. Oh no. My ocean was still wet. There we go. Learn something new. Be more careful when things are touching and they're still wet. Everybody needs to forgive themselves if they need pre-mixed watercolor paints because they don't have time to learn color mixing on top of everything else. That's where this entire side ramble was going. Everybody needs time and self-acceptance, and some of us need pre-mixed watercolor paints. We need to be okay with that. No hating on yourself for needing pre-mixed watercolor paints. All right, my friends. Good. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I got a brush right here. His name is Paul Revere. And a guy who says, if the weather's clear, can do. This guy says the brush can do. Yes, I just did that. Please accept it. Whoa. Well, what have I done? Right. Okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine because I do actually know how to pick the color up. Don't have to freak out. It's okay. Everything's okay. All right. That needs to dry. Wait. No. This guy needs to be painted real quick. So we're gonna do this. Make him wet. Make him wet because we want him to bleed. I mean not bleed. You know what I mean. I have to explain myself to you. All right. Now, so I'm perfectly aware that pink is just a value of red. I know that in my soul. But as it happens, it does not make it any easier for me to paint pink in watercolor. Why is it that the noise I most frequently make while painting is the sound, uh-oh? It's not even a word. It's just an expression of dismay. Okay. Now, here's the exciting part. Well, it would have made so much sense to consider what kind of color I wanted to do on this mermaid before I started the whole project. I didn't do that. I mean, I had a vague idea, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think about it. This is why we must learn, isn't it? Always think about color before you start. I do have a general idea that I wanted her fluke to be a grayish blue and her skin to be maybe a paler gray. So that's all fine. I don't object to that. Just gonna be some lovely horror colors when all is said and done, but yeah, I think it was irresponsible of me not to actually think before I started about the colors. I got a horse right here, his name is Paul Revere, and the guy who says if the weather's clear, can do can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do. I've got a cruel mermaid, she don't drink Powerade. She likes the blood of the sailors freshly made. And she, it's not a banshee. And now we've switched mythology. Oh, I'm doing great, y'all. Uh-oh. It's the most frequent noise, y'all, I'm telling you. All right. I think this is dry. I hope this is dry. Yep, feel dry. Oh, look. The gouache doesn't look like it's... Oop. It got a little thick there, didn't it? It looks all right. Looks all right. Okay. Now, let's see. Yeah. Fog it up, babe. I kind of wonder if I should do this and then like hit it with water to bleed it out some. Because I don't, especially in the gouache, you can really see the texture of the pencil. And I don't really want like the texture of the pencil to be a big component of this. All right. Do I want to put water on that or not? I think I do. I think I do not want to leave watercolor pencil texture. So we're just gonna do this to pick up that pencil texture. Kinda smoosh it out. All right. Okay. Wait. Get your... Uh-oh. So here is where we come to the tragic reality of me as an artist, which is that I think there's a possibility that this could look much better if I detailed it out more. But I haven't really figured out details yet. I mean, so this is a big deal for me that I didn't just do the fins all one color, that I like went in with a darker color to hit the fin up. That's a big step towards actually drawing something the right way. And I feel like I probably could do much better work if I could get a better grasp on where I've got missing details. I'm gonna stop before I ruin it. And next year, when we roll back around to Mermay, I will hopefully have learned more. There we have it, folks. The lure maid. I kind of love her. She's horrifying, isn't she? Thanks for joining me. Bye. If you like my art, or the art of any artist here on YouTube, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help. Thanks.